Why are we paying the council tax if nobody taking any notice of us?
This is the cul de sac known as 87B Douglas Road.
It sits here at the heart of the Grove Residents Association area in Handsworth.
This document is the Council's own planning framework document for the area. It's dated 2003. The cul-de-sac is clearly marked as green for environmental improvement, not red for housing. This is its southern boundary, a Victorian stable block
with a 7-metre high wall.
This is its western boundary. This is its northern boundary. It contains the only entrance to the site. It's only 3 strides wide. This is the eastern boundary wall. Beyond it, an Edwardian gardener's paradise. Back in 2004, we thought it would be a good idea to turn this plot into a children's growing project. Get them growing food, get them out into the fresh air, get them listening to the birds, get them away from the traffic-filled, noisy, congested streets. We have very high rates of childhood obesity and diabetes in our community. There are 27 places, all within half a mile of this site and our 2 local junior schools, where you can buy takeaway food. It was a simple idea. Each school would have their own plot where the children could grow foodstuffs. We'd install webcams so the children could watch their plots while they were at school. And very importantly, it was within walking distance. We thought it would also be a good idea to keep an area of wilderness to support the local bird population. This area is already listed as important on the Birmingham and Black Country Biodiversity Action Plan. Groundwork, the environmental charity, thought our children's growing project was a good idea. They even earmarked £90,000 to put towards it. We spent a year on the children's growing project plan. We involved the local schools, the Sure Start Centre and our local play centre in Handsworth Park. But the men from the council said no. They said projects like this don't work because people move on after a few years. But we said the schools will be primary stakeholders and they aren't going anywhere. And the Grove Residents Association has been here since the 1980s. But still the council men said, no, 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 you can't have a children's growing project. We're going to sell the land for housing. As well as the houses, the council think it's a good idea to put a communal refuse area on this site. This is what we think about that. It'll just end up a tip. Birmingham City Council don't take any account of noise or sound in planning to put houses on this site. But the Cul de Sac is an amphitheatre. It amplifies sound. Places for Living is a supplementary planning guideline. In this Places for Living guideline, it says that all new build houses should fit the character and context of the existing surroundings. Here's an example. This is Newtown, 60s council housing, and this is the housing that they built there last year. It's just across the road from this. This is the housing they're planning to put in my area, on this cul-de-sac. This is the context, an Edwardian terraced road. Now I think that these plans for these new houses here look just like the houses they built in Newtown last year, but the context is totally different. So this is what I think of their plans for new houses. They're rubbish and don't fit the character of the area at all.
And if you look over there, they're going to put a refuse dumping spot where people are going to be coming and just dumping the rubbish right at the back of my house.
Why are we paying the council tax if nobody taking any notice of us?
They haven't took the residents of Douglas Road and the children into consideration at all.
Item number 7. Land off Douglas Road, Handsworth, Birmingham. Erection of 7 terrace dwellings with associated parking, assets and landscape.
So 240 signatures now on the petition against this application. More information should have been given to support the application relating to the difficulty in particular with the access road. He doesn't feel that the drawings clearly represent the site access. Ground contamination report should have been submitted. There's asbestos on the site. He doesn't consider that the knotweed on the site that's been removed is in accordance with guidelines, and he considers that a study of the ability of the existing infrastructure in the area to absorb further development should have been produced first.
Susan Green from the Grove Residents Association.
For your standards, communication and consultancy, statement of community involvement and places for living, this consultation was woefully inadequate. This application's SCI says, local ward members have been informed of the proposal for the scheme. And that's all it says. This one sentence is the totality of their SCI. Grove Residents Association has been a community stakeholder in this site since 1999. Yet no early consultation took place as recommended at 6.1 in Places for Living. The timing of this consultation was culturally insensitive to context, because Christmas is a very busy, important faith event in our local calendar. Check out your equalities objectives at 2.14. The consultee list was 20 years out of date and included the 6 flats that were demolished in 1993.
Clearly, this is an application that has been consulted on in accordance with your guidelines. That has been consulted on in accordance with your guidelines. Consulted on in accordance with your guidelines.
Excuse me. You've had your 3 minutes. Do you mind? I'm sure he is telling the truth. Comments? No? The recommendation is approved subject conditions. All those in favour?
Amendment 7.
Can you all hold your hands up high, please? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Those against? Those abstaining? Okay. That is approved, thank you. Excuse me, sorry, excuse me, sorry, you've had your time.
Which renders it invalid.
You've had your time, you're holding everybody else up. Thank you.